There are rumors that Tesla's demand is waning because, everybody's got one. And if you've already got one, what do you need another two or three for? I see it a little differently. It is the weakest quarter of the year historically, and Tesla's still got some demand levers to pull. I'm Brian. Welcome to Futuraza. Joining me today is my good friend Herbert from Brighter. Head over there if you want to get brighter. And if you don't, go follow Gordon Johnson because he's got some real nuggets of wisdom uh, for you that will definitely make you the opposite of brighter. Herbert, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How is this name change working for you? Do you ever stumble and say, "Welcome to my Tesla weekend"?
I've done it once. And it was great. It was in an interview I did, and I recorded two interviews. And on the second one, sure enough, after the first one, he's like, "That was so smooth. You're so good at this." And then I stumbled. I'm like, there we go. Classic Brian. Haven't done it on anything live yet, so that's good. But that would be also interesting. That would make for some quality programming. So I don't know if you heard, but there's some exciting news. Tesla has announced, oh, look at that. If you get a car, you get some free miles and 5,000 miles of free supercharging. That's pretty exciting. That's on trade-ins. So that's for, people who are already have one. And then if you want to go even further, they updated it 10,000
Hmm.
miles, double it, double it. And Canadians, however, can still earn 8,000 kilometers. Not as good of a deal, but the double up is only in the US. But hey, man, 10,000 miles is quite a few miles. What are you thinking? Is that something that will actually push people over the edge?
First of all, I trust Tesla. They know what they're doing. They know they can track everything in terms of the usage of superchargers by the average, new buyer of a Tesla, and specifically they can tell between regions and so forth. So, if they think that this is a good incentive, I'm pretty sure that they've got data to support it. I certainly would buy it if I've got like some people when they're about to make a decision, they want to buy a car. These things are just that little bit extra that makes you go, gosh, I better do it now. And instead of waiting, I'll get this a little bit of extra. I think supercharging, is a significant benefit. I'm not so sure if the new buyers actually know the actual cost of what it is, right? They wouldn't know that typically when I go to Seattle to Vancouver and I stop at halfway through and I fill up again using superchargers, typically around $17. It's as opposed to 50 plus $60 to fill up my tank and my gas cars. This is significant savings, but I don't know if they know that. But otherwise, I think it's worthwhile for sure.
For sure. And this is on trade-ins, not new purchases. So
Hmm.
it
Oh,
doesn't,
gotcha. See? So
yeah.
they know.
So these are people who know the benefit of
Yeah.
10,000 miles. And to do that math wise, a lot of superchargers are at about 30 cents a kilowatt hour. And then you've got divided by three, because you get about 3 miles to the kilowatt. So it's about 10 cents a mile,
Hmm.
10,000 miles. I mean, we're talking $1,000 savings. Uh, it's pretty rare. I remember a long time ago seeing TV commercials that said, "We'll pay for your first year of gas," but then they give
Right.
you just like a gas card for like $200 or $500. This is
Right.
this is along those lines, but this is to me a lot more valuable because most people are going to be charging at home where it's already substantially like a third of that price for a lot of people. For you and I in the Northwest, it's even less. But there's, yeah, I think this is just one neat little way to push people over the edge. And then that means a bunch of Teslas will be available as secondhand vehicles because this is for trade ins. That makes it even more affordable for the next buyers of those vehicles. I think all of that helps. Now, a couple of years ago, I made a video about demand levers. And this was when Tesla was still raising prices and the demand looked infinite. And a lot of analysts were saying, look, this demand story is not going to hold. It can't. Other
Hmm.
manufacturers will resume making cars again. And as soon as they do, Tesla may struggle, especially with Berlin and Texas about to come online at the time. there was a real concern that Tesla would be able to produce vastly more cars than they could sell. So I made a video about demand levers and I introduced some ideas. And I'm not saying Tesla watches my videos. I'm saying these things were so obvious that anyone paying attention should have been able to understand. One was new colors. Do you think new
Mhm.
colors is a demand lever?
Absolutely, for sure. Because that one, at least when you're actually at the configurator on the site, there's the offering white or black. Right now, it's the stealth gray. Um, you want the other colors, right? that
Right?
you're not that is not the default. And the default, it's a certain number of years go by, it becomes saturated. You see it everywhere, like that white one. I've got a white one, and you don't want that anymore. And so you can clearly see the price, right? $2,000 savings if you give me that extra color. Absolutely, that would be a big one. That's a sizable number, and it doesn't cost Tesla much at all, right? Nothing.
It really doesn't. And those premium colors cost more. Now, when I looked at the new colors that they added earlier this year, the ultra red, the stealth gray, I
Yeah,
thought, well,
gorgeous.
these are just a way to get a little bit more margin out of the cars. I don't think they'll actually
Yeah,
create demand. And then Mike from Mike's EV Garage, formerly
yeah,
MI Tesla guy, uh,
yeah.
he he went and traded in to get the ultra red. I was like, well,
See?
I was mistaken. It is worth it. And he didn't need a new Tesla, but he did. He went out and got one because it's just so pretty. It was what he wanted. And you can wrap a car any color you like, but the wrap is far more
Yeah.
expensive than just getting the color you want if it's a color they offer. Other demand levers, can you think of any?
Well, there's so many things. Okay, so first of all, the incredible thing about Tesla is because of their business model, because of just the things that they offer, right? Software driven software first vehicle. There's so many things that they can offer that other car manufacturers can't do. But the big one still, I think, is price, right? So if they reduce discount the price, that is demand lever, right? However, there's a lot of argument right now whether or not Tesla actually is able to show price elasticity. As you lower the price, do you actually see an increase in sales? And the reason why that doesn't is not as elastic as you would expect is because it still is the monthly fee, the financing. And so I really want Tesla to offer better financing options, better leasing options. I just had a guy join us on a Tesla space that I did yesterday, and he was saying that he has four of his family members that want to buy Tesla, but he was throwing out the numbers of how much it costs per month. It was still way more than they needed to. And he was asking, why can't it be that when they do the leasing, right now Tesla has a rule, right? That if you lease it, Tesla owns the car. You can't, you can't own it. So just offering more attractive financing will go a long way. Better interest rates, lower monthly payments. So that's one. That's the most obvious one, right? And the next most obvious one is autopilot, offering that as a free trial, free certain months, because there's a value to that. People know if I pay for it, this is 12 grand to own it, $200 a month. So if I give you 6 months free, that's worth, $1,000, $1,200. That's great. But there's other ideas that I think we haven't talked about yet, right? So if you're a new buyer, why not offer home installation, you know, discount or free? Because that's around $800 to $1,000, right? I would need to buy, first of all, the home charger, right, which is $800. I can't remember exactly how much it is nowadays. And then you'd have to pay an electrician to install the outlets for you. That's just a headache. And so what if they gave you a coupon or a discount and said, we'll take care of it for you? That's one idea. They have the referral credits, which is amazing, right? Fantastic. And you can just, without being referred, give the new buyer, this credits that they can use to buy anything from the store, the Tesla store. We're talking T-shirts, right? Um,
A
I've been
lot of
going through
great
that
stuff
thing.
in there. Yeah.
It's amazing. I've been going through it, like puffer jackets, and you can even buy the home charging using credits. You can choose that if you want. So this gives you that flexibility of if I don't need to buy a home charger, I'll buy floor mats. That's almost always the first thing that you buy when you buy a brand new car. If you want to buy the floor mats, here's some credits you can use to buy floor mats or all these accessories. So that's good. And In addition to that, the referral credits, this the loyalty program, right? So if you're a previous buyer, you should be given credits because you're loyal. Just because you're loyal. If you buy a car because you've already owned one before, you should be given credits that you are rewarded, not a new buyer. That
Yeah,
these are things that you can do. Customization, right? Like you say, if you like you just said now, then you almost like, similar to what you said, which is you can choose which color you want. You can expand that. You can even say, just for now, you can choose between, whatever tire, you can upgrade one thing, whatever, you can limit it to the long range battery. That's another thing they can do because a lot of things that the Tesla cars can do is software controlled and they can give you performance boost for 1 year, you know, and then after you try it, you might go, I don't want to lose it. I'll pay for it. Or that, they, what's it called? The, premium connectivity, right? That's
sure.
$10 a month. That's $100 a year. Yeah.
Yeah. So, just to clarify real quick, earlier you said include autopilot. You meant FSD beta.
Yeah.
Autopilot comes with it, and the
Yeah.
autopilot that you get with it for free is better than most
Mm,
premium expensive ADAS systems. So that right there, if you've never had a chance
mm.
to try it, ask for an overnight test drive. These cars are amazing. Might need to go in the menus and enable the correct settings. If you don't know how to do that, just look online. But yes, having that FSD beta demo is valuable. It tells you before you buy what you're getting. And that's unusual in car sales. Normally they want you to just buy something and then find out if it's any good. This price only good today, my friend. But I love the idea of just saying, look, I know we gave your friend 10,000 credits for referring you, but we're going to give you 10,000 credits too. You could buy 20 t-shirts with that. You could buy shot
It's a
glass, the
win-win.
premium cool little shot glasses, or your charger, or some supercharger miles. And that would be 9,600 miles, or no, 4,000 miles
Mhm.
of supercharging you would get for 9,600 credits. Uh, just yeah, that would be a great one. And a lot of times people don't use the credits. They say, well, maybe I'll get something in the future, maybe I won't, but they may not even need them. And that would also 10,000 credits can get you 3 months additional of FSD beta, which somebody, yeah, would love to perhaps have. Somebody who wouldn't necessarily be in a position to buy it. So it's not like they're actually losing money. They're just enabling some software for a period of time. That's a great savings. It's a great opportunity. And boy, I tell you, you're onto something
They
there.
there's a lot there too. I mean, they have so much with their entertainment center, Tesla, right? So why not do the, we'll pay for your Netflix for the next 2 years or something like that.
Hmm.
Because it's a way to market to tell people that you can watch Netflix on your inside your car, which I don't know how many people know that. It's probably zero people outside of the Tesla universe who knows this, right? And it's like you're win-win, right? You're going, what? You're gonna pay for my Netflix? Why? Because it's easily accessible in your car. You have the game package. You have all these different entertainment programs you can do.
I was going to say
Yeah,
the Netflix idea is great because they could certainly get a deep, deep discount if it's a Netflix that's only tied to the car and not the home or any particular streaming service, because it's not like you're going
right.
to be watching 10 hours a day of videos sitting in your car. It's something where you would, I guess if it's on the back seat, if it's in the S or X or the new Model 3, the kids could use quite a bit more while watching it. But for most buyers, they would use a couple hours a month at most. I think that would be
Yeah.
something that would be very clever and innovative.
Another big one I think that fits perfectly well with Tesla's mission is to do a trade-in deal, right? If you trade in a gas car and you decide to buy a Tesla, you should get a deal on that trade-in.
Hmm.
Let Tesla offer higher prices if they're going to buy the old car versus if the person was going to sell it through other means. Make it more attractive to switch to electric vehicles.
All interesting ideas in the comments. I want to know, what do you guys think would be a demand lever Tesla could use to improve sales, to improve demand, make people excited and enthusiastic again? I know on some models they've recently increase the price a little bit, which tells me that they've got uh, that they can make more cars and sell them. That's very exciting. Guys, head over to Brighter, see what he's up to. Who knows? He might even have someone like me on
See
from
you.
time to time. And yeah, everybody else, like, subscribe, do the usual thing. Stay tuned, stay juicy, and I cannot wait to hear from you, clever robots on the flippity flop.